Hey there! Ever wonder how to stay productive when working from a tiny camper like a Tab camper? Stick around and I'll share my top tips with you on this week's episode of Tab Talk. Hi, I'm Jen Grover, and I've been working remotely from my Tab since 2016. I've learned a few tips and tricks along the way on staying organized, distraction-free, focused, and professional, all while being in a tiny camper almost anywhere. If you're looking exclusively for connectivity tips, this is not the video, although I will touch on connectivity. I did do a very thorough Starlink video, and I'll put a link to that up here. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, staying organized in a small space is a game changer. I use a tech pouch to keep chargers and small gadgets in one spot. No more digging through drawers or the bottom of my backpack. A backpack holds both of my laptops and power supplies, keeping everything tidy. Cord keepers are a must for taming cable chaos. And here's the big one: stick to a routine. It helps you stay focused in a camper's cozy quarters. What's your go-to way to stay organized on the road? Drop it in the comments. Speaking of focus, let's talk about setting up a workspace that works for you. Your workstation can make or break your day. Ergonomics matter, so I use a small table, the table that's in the Tab 360, for sitting at, and a counter for standing to mix it up. But even the best workspace can't block out distractions, so let's tackle that next. Noise and distractions can derail your focus and put the focus on where you are versus your work, and I never want that to happen. I let my camping friends know my work hours, and sometimes a do not disturb sign can help. Inside, I use a virtual background on calls. Nobody guesses I'm in a camper. As a matter of fact, they never know where I'm at. Microsoft Teams noise canceling is a lifesaver. My AC and fan don't even register on a Teams call. I keep my schedule consistent, just like at home, no matter what time zone I'm in. And connectivity, don't skimp here. Dropped calls can shift the focus to you, not your work. For my Starlink setup, check out my other video. How do you block out distractions? Share those ideas in the comments. Now, if you're talking about boondocking, power management is critical, so let's just spend a moment talking about that. Boondocking means you've got to know your power game. Understand how much power you're consuming, what your battery capacity is, and your solar setup. Weather and seasons matter. Solar yield in shoulder season picks up around mid-morning, so you need to save enough battery to get you there. Learn to conserve power. It'll be different for everybody, but you can do things like dim screens or skip high drain devices. I don't carry a generator. Space is tight, so if power runs low, my backup plan is to head to a campground with shore power. What's your backup plan? Now you might be thinking, Jen, you're not dressed very work-like or professionally today in this video, and you'd be right. Because it's Memorial Day weekend, I just grabbed a clean old t-shirt today. But when you're talking about working remotely, one of the things I like to do so that I'm not a distraction to my customers or to my coworkers is to maintain a professional appearance. So let's talk about some of my approaches for that. I hang my work shirts on either a command hook in the bathroom or in my car. Eddie Bauer departure shirts are my no iron favorites. A handheld steamer and distilled water keep them looking crisp. Regular showers and my usual hair routine with a hairdryer keep me consistent. Haircuts on the road? I'm still figuring that out. I've had some really bad haircuts. What's your trick for looking sharp while camping? Please tell me below. And if you have tips for finding a good haircut when you're on the road with somewhat short notice, I really would be interested in those. Now, of course, for most of us, none of this works if we can't get connectivity down. So I'm going to share just briefly what my current approach is. For connectivity, I rely on Starlink Gen 2. It's been great, and I haven't upgraded to Gen 3 due to power and speed trade-offs. You do need clear skies, so I use Google Earth, campsite reviews, and YouTube to pick spots. I put a lot of work into this. I also carry a spare Starlink cable because they can go bad. So I have a 150-foot backup cable, and trust me, you don't want to be stuck without one. The other day, I was at a campsite and my standard cable didn't work, so I swapped cables and I was good to go. My Verizon MiFi hotspot is a solid backup, but campground Wi-Fi can be hit or miss, especially on busy weekends. I always know my plan C, and that can be coffee shops or libraries. For security, I use my own router to connect to Wi-Fi. Want more details? Watch my Starlink video. What's your connectivity setup? Let me know in the comments. There you have it. My top tips for staying productive while working remotely from a tab camper. From staying organized to looking professional to keeping distraction free. I'm curious, one last question. I'm curious what your top challenge is when working remotely. Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Rolling down the open road, my Tab 360 hums. Got my laptop, coffee pot, and dreams beneath the sun. Parked beside a mountain stream or a desert's golden glare. I'm plugging in and signing on. I can work from anywhere. Work from anywhere.